Oh no, why this?
Okay, can you see me now?
Oh yes,
Is that better?
yes, it's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, and people don't go out. I think it was the weather, and also, sorry, it was the weather. Also, I don't know whether you have it in Vietnam, but like a pre-Christmas sale online, Black Friday. It's called in England. I think in China it's called 1/1, the 11th of November, when the online companies have a sale in effect.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's a Black Friday.
Black Friday. It's the between the 23rd and the 30th of November. It was originally an American idea prior to the Thanksgiving ceremony in America, so Thanksgiving Day in America. Have you heard of that?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But
And it was like to get your presents for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah.
in Christmas.
Yeah. So you bought your presents for Thanksgiving in America and also for Christmas, which is a month later. And the prices supposedly were reduced.
Maybe in Vietnam, they know the Thanksgiving Day, but we have many days like Happy Teacher Day, Woman Day,
Yeah,
and have a specific day, and so you can give the present to like your teacher or your
yeah.
mom or your daddy or something.
Is that traditional or is that part of the current government policy?
I don't know, but it should happen, and
Oh yeah, no. You
we
take advantage of it.
yeah, we just know the day,
Yeah,
and in this day we just give the present.
yeah.
Uh, in the past, you said that reveal some information about the famous people in my country.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And so now I just give you information about that.
Okay.
Okay. And now I will introduce with you a person in Vietnamese, and he is not only a great person in Vietnamese history, but he also a hero, a strategist, a poet, and highly cultured man in Vietnam. And his name was Nguyễn Trãi, and he was born in 1380 in Hanoi,
Mm-hmm.
and in a
Mm-hmm.
family of powerful official. And in 1406, the king of Ming dynasty in China, he
Yeah.
he ordered a commander to bring 2 million troops to invade Vietnam, and the king Ho of Vietnam also brought many troops to resist to this enemy, but
Mm-hmm.
he was finally defeated. And so when the Ming dynasty of China invaded Vietnam, they kidnapped many Vietnamese talented, and they brought them back to China as the political prisoner. And one of those people was the father of Nguyễn Trãi. And um, because the Ming army took his father to the border between the Vietnam and China, so the young Nguyễn Trãi followed them and tearfully begging them that don't take his father away. And his father responded by telling him not to cry, and before leaving his father said that you are an educated person and a smart person. Um, if you want to be a pious child, I would hope that you would be a useful person to your country, and you should find a good way to wash out this insult to Vietnam and avenge my capture. And I don't want to see you crying at womanhood, and that would not be a good son. And
You're going a bit there, I think. Your
and
voice has gone.
you can hear me?
I can now.
Oh yes.
Just about. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yep. Keep going.
So Nguyễn Trãi took his father's word by heart, and he remembered a mission to defeat the Chinese, defeat the Ming army. But he just alone, and he needed to find other people to who can support his purpose. And he searched for the military muscle, and that led him to meet Lê Lợi, another person, and Lê Lợi is a leader in Thanh Hóa province. And like Nguyễn Trãi, Lê Lợi also want to kick out the Chinese out of Vietnam. And but
very well put.
Yes, but
That was very well put, though.
Yes, but at that time the Chinese had many people in army, about 2 million troops. But so Nguyễn Trãi and Lê Lợi had to raise an army to have enough strength to defeat to the Chinese. And by his political and strategic wisdom, Nguyễn Trãi created many plans to mobilize the population of Vietnam and unite them against the forces of the Chinese. And by different methods, Nguyễn Trãi managed to attract many followers who were willing to join Lê Lợi army. And the most clever methods of Nguyễn Trãi was his idea writing the message on the leaf, on thousand the leaf of the tree, the leaf.
Leaves, yeah.
Yes, they wrote on the leaf that John Lê Lợi army and defeat the Minh, and they let the leaf wash down on the river, so the leaf can go everywhere and it can easily to abroad to the village, and people would see the message on the leaf and they believe that at the sign of heaven. And
yeah,
and
that's interesting.
yeah, and the main purpose of this method was to generate the support for Lê Lợi among the population and make people believe Lê Lợi as the real son of heaven, and people believe that.
Yep.
And so after 10 years, from 1418 to 1427, Nguyễn Trãi and Lê Lợi was victorious, and they defeat the Chinese and driving them out of Vietnam. So after victory, Lê Lợi would be the next king, the next emperor of Vietnam, and he declared the establishment of Lê dynasty of Vietnam. And Nguyễn Trãi just be the main advisor and strategist of this, and because Nguyễn Trãi is really good at power, so he wrote a declaration on the victory over the China, and the declaration was written about the sins and the crimes Chinese have committed in Vietnam. And this declaration is one of the most poetic words in Vietnamese culture today. But when Lê Lợi became the king, he didn't want the influence of Nguyễn Trãi is so big, because in the past, the grandfather and the father of Nguyễn Trãi had been the important minister at court. So Lê Lợi just give Nguyễn Trãi a small position, and sometimes didn't give him the position, and at such time Nguyễn Trãi just seek the peaceful at mountain retreat, and after that Lê Lợi died, and after the death of Lê Lợi, the son of Lê Lợi was Lê Thái Tông would be the next emperor, and after that Nguyễn Trãi retired from their public life, but that's not the end of the story. Now I just let you guess, what do you think about the rest of the story?
Either Winjai, did you say Winjai? Is that how you say it? Winjai?
Yes.
Yeah. He would be recalled and asked to take up either an advisorship to the new emperor or become the emperor himself.
No, I give you one more clue. The wife of the Nguyễn Trãi is so beautiful.
She becomes the next empress then. Now, I'm sorry, my knowledge of Vietnamese history is very limited, so you will have to tell me, I'm afraid.
Okay, so Nguyễn Trãi has a beautiful wife, and she is really youthful and outstanding intelligent, and people believe that his young wife and the new emperor Lê Thái Tông has the wrong love relationship with each other.
Adulterous, you mean?
Yes,
adulterous.
No,
outside marriage.
No, they just love out the relationship. It's a wrong relationship out the marriage.
Adulterous.
Yes. So one time, the new emperor visit Nguyễn Trãi at his house in the mountain, and suddenly the new emperor fell sick and died. So people believe that Nguyễn Trãi already have the motivation for doing that. Because
poison him.
Yes.
Poison him? Yeah.
Yeah, because no, that's just people believe that, and so Nguyễn Trãi and three entire generation in his family were beheaded because people believe that he poisoned the new emperor. And now no one know what happened in that garden, and this the mystery of Vietnamese history, and there are many hypotheses about that.
Is or was Vietnamese history written down, or was it transmitted from generation to generation orally?
Nguyễn Trãi and three entire generation of his family. That means everyone in his family will be beheaded.
Yeah, wiped out. Yeah. But in general terms, not specific terms, when it comes to Vietnamese history generally, was it written down at the time, or was it just passed down by word of mouth?
It's written to
written down.
Written down in the book, or maybe there are some people to do that, but Nguyễn Trãi just in this garden just have Nguyễn Trãi and the new emperor and the young wife, so no one know about that, And
Yeah.
there are many hypotheses that they said that maybe because of the jealous, Nguyễn Trãi was poisoned the new emperor because he jealous, and
He was
someone
jealous of.
yet and someone told that maybe the new emperor had the heart attack, and then he just died, and there someone told that the whole story was controlled by the wife of the new emperor
Yeah.
because she
Used it.
jealous.
Yeah. She was jealous of his mistress,
Oh yes,
Wei Jai's wife. Yeah. And the relationship with the emperor.
yes.
Yeah.
But after that 20 years, Nguyễn Trãi was exonerated and
Yeah.
were pardoned, and because of his contribution, he claimed one of the 14 hero in Vietnam, and he was honored by UNESCO to be the world cultural um, celebrity. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Yeah. Is that? And he you would say was the one of the most important figures in Vietnamese history,
Oh yes.
if not the most important figure.
What?
So you would say that he was, if not the most important person in Vietnamese history, he was one of the most important. Yeah. So he's either up there or he's up there with everybody else. Did you say 14 heroes?
I don't know. I just see the list of 14, and I don't know who is one, who is second.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So Wei Jai is one of the 14,
Oh
not
yes.
the most popular, the most respected. Yeah. Is there a sort of Wei Jai Day or in the Vietnamese calendar, like,
Oh,
or is there a Heroes Day or something like that?
I think not. I think the most important person in Vietnamese was Ho Chi Minh. But I think that, but they not the Nguyễn Trái Day or something.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you say Ho Chi Minh was the Wei Jai of his day?
Oh, we 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 also don't have the Ho Chi Minh Day, but we celebrate the day, the birthday of him, and maybe
Yeah.
sometime
Yeah.
either day he dead.
Yeah. But sorry, I'm not making myself clear. In modern history, is Ho Chi Minh the equivalent of Wei Jai back in the 15th century? You see
Yes,
what I'm trying to say?
yes,
They're two important figures who contributed to the freedom of the Vietnamese people, but in different eras, in different times.
yeah, oh yes,
Yeah.
because Ho Chi Minh,
Yeah.
I think the time nearly because he just died at 19. I don't remember exactly, but just
Yeah. But
nearly.
recently,
Yes,
recently.
recently,
Yeah.
and Nguyễn Trãi a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think in Vietnam,
Yeah.
many people know more about Hồ Chí Minh, and
Then
maybe
Wei Jai. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
some people know exactly who is Nguyễn Trãi and what he do.
Yeah. So what did you? So is there anything else about Wei Jai?
No, that's all.
No. So what did you think of the photographs I sent you?
Oh, I think it's good. So you just work around. That's a.
Yeah.
It is more. It is a large. It is big.
Yeah. It's a large um, center. Yeah, and it's 3 or 4 blocks. So I came in one end, walked through, went into a department store. I don't know whether you saw them, but there were makeup counters like Dior, Givenchy, things like that, and then came back out down towards the triangular tree-like object, back through one of the arcades, and then came back out where I started from. So it was like a circular tour of the mall, as you call it, shopping mall. Yeah.
Is this the or product is so expensive in your country because it's known as a luxury product? It is so expensive in your country.
I think cost of living in England is very high. Yeah, and also the current government policies are inflationary, so the cost of living is going up all the time because of Brexit, and also because of COVID, because there is pent-up demand because people didn't spend money during the lockdowns, but now they're spending money, you know, very greatly. There is an article in one of the newspapers, about what people are regretting having bought during the lockdown, and in terms they feel they've wasted their money on buying things like camper vans or expensive coffee makers or rice boilers, you know, things like that you know they don't really need, or they didn't really want. The only thing they thought was good was getting a dog, because, you know, a dog is more interactive than a camper van or an expensive piece of equipment, you know, household equipment. Have you got any idea when you will be going back to university physically? Is there any news on that?
No, just no.
No.
I just wait, but there are any notification about that, because exactly the school didn't know when the COVID situation in Ho Chi Minh City is good, because I think the COVID situation in Ho Chi Minh City was serious now, because I don't know, but
is the COVID infection rate going back up, or is it stabilized? Is it going up, or is it stabilized?
It's decreased. It decreased and
decreased.
But now just 1 week ago, and then it's it's increased again. And
the same is happening in Europe. That the rates are going up, and I know you said that vaccination in Vietnam was mandatory. So has all the population had their 2 jabs yet, or 2 doses, or is there still a group of people who won't have their jabs?
I think maybe the group of of students, and my mom is the seller, and some group of people was had to vaccinate, and but that's not mean everyone had to to vaccinate it, and maybe I think soon we have everyone have to vaccinate it.
Because in the West and in America and even in Russia, there are a group of people who refuse to have either 1 vaccination or even 2 vaccinations, and the generic term for those are anti-vaxxers, and they're quite a vociferous group of people because Austria has introduced a mandatory vaccination policy for the whole population, which is very unpopular because people who are right-wing, to the right as opposed to the left, you know, don't see it as a personal freedom either to have the vaccination or not to have the vaccination. They want to retain the choice,
Oh yes.
rightly or wrongly. I mean, I've had my third vaccination. My wife will have her third vaccination on Saturday, this coming Saturday.
But I think they disagree about the problem compulsory about the vaccinated, but they go to the road and many people people in the road, and that make the COVID situation worse more seriously. And I think that's not a good thing. I think that's not a
I
good
agree.
thing.
I agree. But especially in the West, society isn't as cohesive. You know, it's not, you know, inclusive as, say, it is in Vietnam, but even in places like Russia, that, you know, there are people who don't believe in the vaccination. And have you heard of the idea of conspiracy theories?
No, what's that mean?
People have this idea that COVID is not an infection. It's the idea of drug companies to promote their business. So you know, it's weird and wonderful. I'll put it in I'll type it out. It might be easier, and send you something. You can have a look at it. I don't believe in conspiracy theories at all, but a lot of people do, especially people who spend a lot of, in the West, who spend a lot of time online and you know, listen to self-appointed experts who have very radical opinions, both to the left and to the right, sort of thing. Yeah. So what else have you got planned for the rest of your week? How many lessons have you got to do?
What?
How many lessons, online lessons, do you have? Lectures for the rest of the week?
And the rest, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I have many courses to do, and I have the day off. The day off on the Saturday, the Sunday, and the Monday. I have maybe I just have 1 day or 2 day study a lot, and then I have the day off. Just.
So do you spend the time with your family or with your friends when you have time off?
I just spend time with my family. I do the housework and have yes.
Snap. So do I. Yeah.
Yeah, and spend time to sleep.
Yeah. Likewise. So do you help your mother in her shop?
No, because I don't know what to do. She sell about the things on the motorbike, and I don't understand what it is, and sometimes she angry with me because I don't know anything, and when there are many people buy people go to her shop and buy things, and she can't manage, so she became angry. So I think I will not be that at that time.
It'd be that useful. How about your neighbors? Are they still rebuilding their house next door to you?
Yes, they do, every day, and sometimes they do in the snapping time when I sleeping, and they just make a noise, and I really angry about that. But I don't know what to do with them, because in Vietnam they don't care about the noisy problem, because everyone do that, and maybe they not uh, the law about that in my hometown.
Yeah. So there's no concept of privacy or peace and quiet.
Maybe they are there. We have that, but in small hometown like my house, just everyone don't care about that, and I can do. But maybe in the big city, if you live in the department and you sing karaoke, and the neighbor um, uh, will complain about that, and you will be maybe you will pay the money because you make noise with the neighbor if you live in the department. But I just live in a small town, so.
How do you find, when you said when you do go to university, you live in a dormitory? How do you, because you say you're a shy person, how do you adapt to living in a dormitory with 4 or 5 or 6 other people?
I live in a dormitory with 5 other people.
Yeah.
So
How do you adapt to that?
I think it's good, because the first time I met them, they so good, and they so considerable, and uh, they not selfish, and we just have good relationship with each other. We don't we have I have my own space, maybe, and I don't make noise, or we don't make noise, uh, or what does I don't know what to say. Just we just have
You
a good.
respect each other. You respect each other's privacy, or
Yes.
you are sympathetic to leaving people. You're sympathetic to each other to leave them alone if they've got work to do, or if they've got to sleep, or they're not well. Yeah.
Yeah, I just told you that they are one person. He she take a shower so late, and that
Yeah.
sometimes annoy another people. But one time I just complained for her. I said that she so noise, because that's so late, and after that time she just know what to do, and she um, don't spend time to sleep so long, and don't take a shower. So she take a shower early, and then she go to sleep.
Did I understand you correctly that you eat outside of the university, or do you eat in the university? Do you go to a restaurant or a cafe or somewhere
Uh,
somewhere to have a quick meal?
oh yes, it means that I don't allow to cook in the dormitory,
Yeah,
and I
I
have.
get that. Yeah,
Yes.
but does the building have a kitchen, or do you have to go outside to eat your breakfast or your lunch or your tea, your evening meal or whatever?
Yes, I have to go outside to buy the
Yeah,
breakfast, the kitchen, the lunch, or everything, and
yeah,
we don't have the kitchen in the dormitory because it's not
yeah,
safe. And
yeah. I did know that.
if we have, we will be um, they will be so angry about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you feel that when you're at university physically, do you eat better at home, or do you have more choice when you eat out? You know, you say that under COVID, you've done a lot of work from home, and you prefer it because the bed is more comfortable, and you get home cooking. So when you are at university, do you not like the food, or is it too repetitive, or is it different from your mother's cooking?
Actually, I can have another choice like move out the dormitory and rent house, and then I
Yeah,
can cook by my own. But that the cost of living is more
it's
expensive.
too high. Yeah, too
Yeah,
high.
it's
Yeah,
too high, uh, and live in a dormitory has many advantages. Like we live
yeah,
at the school, and so I can have more time to
yeah,
working, or sometimes I can sleep
yeah,
more, and it's
yeah.
more
Yeah.
comfortable.
And I assume also you feel more secure, safer in the dormitory than
Yes,
you would on your outside, on the outside on your own. Yeah,
yes. Live
yeah,
in dormitory is so safe, and have a friend, so it's more funny.
yeah. Mm. Do you find that you mix with other dormitories, or do the girls keep to themselves, or do they have boyfriends, or the boys have girlfriends, or not? Does that happen in Vietnam at university?
Oh yes, we allowed to do that. We they can have boyfriend or girlfriend, or maybe boy have boyfriend if they want.
Oh yeah, well,
No
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah,
no one talk about that in university. You can do what you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, how long is your course? Is it 3 years or 4 years?
Um.
How long is your university course? Is it three
It's
years or is it 4 years?
4 years. It's
Four.
four
Four.
years, but
Yeah.
maybe it's last 5 year is in the COVID situation like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Because of what you've missed.
Oh yes,
Because of COVID, you've missed certain
yes.
things. Yeah.
I missed the course.
Do you do? Yeah. Do you do online exams, or do you have to? Have you had no exams this year?
Yes, I have to do the exam in my home, the online exam,
Yeah.
and one time when I do the exam and the electricity were cut off.
Go off. Yeah.
Yes, so I was so confused about what I have to do in that situation. So uh, yeah, and fortunately, I don't have to do that exam again because I use the temporary
Yeah.
uh, internet connection, and it's not for me to do the last online exam.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about or ask about, or anything
Uh,
else you want to say, or is there any questions you want to ask me?
oh yes. What do your wife think about your exchange language partner? Because maybe it takes you a lot of times.
That is a very female perspective. Uh, I think she would prefer if I didn't do it, but on the other hand, I think especially during COVID, we were in the house. We've been in the house together so long, too long that we've got we get annoyed with each other. We get bad tempered. So I saw this as a sort of safety valve in a way, and also we haven't been on holiday for virtually 2 years, so it's a way of meeting, as far as I'm concerned, different people around the world and getting different perspectives. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm happy to continue as long as you're happy to continue.
Yes, thank you. So, in your country, you refer to working. There people refer to working because I think in many film they just working, and or maybe they are there everyone have the car.
Car ownership is very high, and there are some families who have 1, 2, 3 or 4 cars in the same family. There is a family on the opposite corner. The husband has a car, the wife has a car, and each child, there are 3 living at home, they all have a car, so they have 5 cars.
It's a lot.
We're unusual. We're dinosaurs. We don't drive, we don't have cars, but we're unusual because, especially down the age profile, the younger somebody is, the first thing they want is a car, because you can get what is called a provisional driving license at the age of 16. So you're learning to drive from the age of 16, and then after a year you can take a test and you can drive once you've taken the test, even though you're under 18 potentially. I mean, the big thing now is to move away from diesel and petrol engine cars to electric powered cars.
Yes.
And there are 1 or 2 houses around about where I live that have electric charging points and have an electric car, so they charge it overnight.
Oh.
For the next day.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, you said that the primary form of transport was the motorbike.
Oh yes, motorbike.
In Vietnam. Yeah. I mean, is it only the richer people who can afford cars?
Oh yes, yes, maybe, but I think it is more popular now. They use car because it's more comfortable for them, and if now because the COVID situation, maybe car is more useful because if you have a car, it's a private place, and you can go around and without worrying that you mess another people, or maybe have COVID or something.
You will be infected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will meet somebody who has COVID and who will give it to you, but not in a car because you're in an enclosed space. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other questions you got?
No.
Anyway, nice talking to you. If you can type the name of your hero of Japan, Vietnam.
Yes.
Wen Jai. Yeah. How do you say it? WEN JII? JIA?
It's NGUYEN, Nguyễn.
Oh.
And
Nguyen.
And Trai Trai.
Ah. Okay. All right. I'll look him up. I'll give you a recap back in writing sometime today. Is that all right?
Yes.
Yeah. What's when do you want to do your next session?
Let me think. I will
Yeah,
call
come
you
back to me.
later.
I don't mind.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, nice to hear from you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.